everyone. It's your pal McJuggerNuggets here. No, I'm just kidding. Well, obviously, duh. So I just watched the video on Storyfire, and I'd say it's pretty sad. I love Swift. I love Swift because he was a fan. We're all fans, and you know, I don't know. I just feel like am I recording? Yeah, I'm recording. Okay. I just feel bummed out about the whole situation because, you know, I want him to be around. I really love his camera work. I love him as a person, and I think him and Jesse together are just a good combination. And I love that Swift was a fan. That was kind of my biggest thing. So, yeah, so that kind of bummed me out. I'm kind of worried it's going to make me cry. This video will make me cry because I really honestly love Swift. I think out of all the cameramen, he was the best. I mean, even, like, personality-wise, I choose, like, Swift's, to be in the videos and stuff. But then again, I haven't met the others in person. Swift is the only cameraman that I met in person, but I don't know, Swift is just, like, he just has so much love, and he's so genuine. And, I mean, I guess I don't know him all that well, but every time that I've met Swift, he's always been, like, a big old sweetheart, and he's just, I love talking with him, and he's always just so nice. And I mean, obviously, like, I'm sure he had, like, some issues and stuff, like, probably with Jesse, or Jesse has issues with him sometimes. I mean, friction in the works, I'm sure, at some points, but for the most part, I think, in my opinion, Swift is, like the best. And I do believe this is real because me and Jesse talked about this when I went, and he was like, honest, like, this is all real, this is genuine, this is all genuine, very genuine, and I believe him. And Jesse is pretty hurt by it, and I'm hurt now too, because I don't want to see him go. I mean, I don't know if he'll be doing his, I guess we'll learn. Well, let's just watch the video.
Anyway. McJuggerNuggets here. Guys, this is a more serious sit down, very important.
And it was very spur of the moment, like everything that you saw. I mean, yeah, maybe they picked it up and kind of redid it, I don't know. Like, they refilmed it, and maybe, like, Swift said all this off camera, but then Jesse's like, well, we gotta, like, document this. But it is still all spur of the moment, because we talked about it, and
announcement video to make. For those guys who've been watching Storyfire, this might not be a huge shock to you guys. For those that missed it, please download Storyfire in the description below.
And I thought that Jesse was firing him, but yeah, it's not that. That's not the case.
You guys missed a really big video where we had to put out this massive fire outside my house. It was so much ash everywhere. I was very upset with Swift. And then following that, there was another video you guys missed where.
So this, okay. So I think I know since I was there. I know like the days of some of the videos. So this video was filmed yesterday. This was like on Monday. Oh wait, today's Monday. No, this was filmed on Sunday, the day that I left, and then the day that Swift had told Jesse, like on the Storyfire video, I think that was on Friday. That was the day I was arriving, cause I mean, I guess I don't know what happened if he did any filming on Saturday, other than with me, cause we did some filming, but like. I don't know if he did in the afternoon, but, like, by the time I saw him that day, he already knew, like, and we see that Swift had told Jesse at nighttime, and I saw Jesse at nighttime on Saturday night, so it had to have been Friday night, because the only time that I don't know what he did was, like, Saturday afternoon, before I met up with him. So anyway, so this was actually filmed on Sunday. He uploaded it today. And then the day that he told him, I think, was on Friday. So. And then we were actually, like, well, we didn't really have, like, definite plans to eat. But I had actually messaged Jesse, not texting, just through Twitter, in a group chat. I asked him, like, if anyone was willing to meet up once I arrived into New Jersey for dinner or something, and he responded and said possibly. And of course he just said possibly, so that doesn't, you know, it doesn't mean anything. But he never got back with me that night, and it was kind of like he told me he would keep me posted, but then he never did. Like I told him that I arrived, and then I just never heard from him, and I'm thinking this is why. I think this is actually why, because he's dealing with this, and he probably just did not feel like going out or something. So, I don't know, that's just what I think, my theory of, I don't know, from when I was there, so.
We were going to move Swift into the house, and he decided that he just wasn't feeling it, and is actually thinking about leaving Rigid Studios. I'll actually show a couple clips now. It was supposed to be Big Brother moving in, but also, like, it was a completely different video that turned into something very real. So I felt like you guys on YouTube, for those that haven't moved over yet, you should probably watch this right now.
Well, you can make it your own. You could definitely work with this.
Yeah.
Are you alright, or what?
Yeah, I'm fine, man. Yesterday, when that whole thing happened, made me realize something. I'm inspired from you, Jess. I just want to be honest with you and let you know that.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Like, me, Jeff Saxon, Mrs. Firefighting, like running into burning buildings and helping people on their worst day of their lives, man.
I totally get that.
No, like, why? What does this have to do with what's happening?
I just thought I'd let you know.
Just because of yesterday, you felt like that?
It just kind of...
I mean, it was terrifying because there was a massive fire, so...
I wouldn't say it was terrifying. I mean, I had a kick of adrenaline there. Didn't you?
Yeah, because it's a fire. So what are you saying?
I just want to let you know that I miss it, Jess. But
Sometimes it takes a certain experience to happen for you to know what you want to do. Like when you guys came into the office and showed me all of this, it just kind of lit that fire for me that I wanted to start my own channel.
But are you moving? What are you doing, man? What are you talking about? Are you moving your stuff in?
I don't think I'm moving in. At least not tonight, Jess. I'm gonna actually put all the stuff back in my car.
You want me to help you? Or you got it?
I mean, I got it.
You're leaving.
Yeah, man.
If you missed that and have been completely in the dark and you're like, what did I miss? What the heck, Jesse? You have to download Storyfire, guys. We literally gained 25,000 users 2 days ago, just that day alone. And then yesterday we gained another 20,000 subscribers and users on Storyfire. I'm like already about to hit 100,000 subscribers, guys, and I'm gonna get my Flamey Award. I cannot thank you guys enough. Download Storyfire in the description below. We're trending on all App Store devices again. It's insane. You will miss out on so many uploads, and I curse. I'm just so much more real with you guys. But yeah, that brings us to today, this video where I talked with Swift, and well, we're going to be announcing that Swift is actually officially quitting Rigid Studios. So yeah, guys, Swift's sitting right next to me here. As I said, he's officially leaving, and you know, I know we did this before.
I don't know if my puppy has to pee. I like just let her out. Please just lay down. I want to watch this video. Please just lay down.
And it was under different circumstances. I was firing Swift for what happened with Angry Grandpa's car and taking the car, and I understand like what happened with the fire was bad, and it kind of gave me similar vibes. But I was actually not gonna fire Swift. But what happened was he, I guess, had a realization, and he is officially quitting the studio. But you take it away, man.
Yeah, I just want to say first and foremost, I'm very thankful and grateful for the opportunity to work for Rigid Studios the past 18 months and even just get to know everybody since 2017 when I first showed up to Uncle Larry's house. And then you came over and you crashed my drone.
Yeah, funny how things work. But I did want to say, like, me and Swift, because I tried, man. Like, we talked about this off camera, and that's why we're doing this video now. I tried to get him to stick around, because I think he's a really good cameraman. I think he's become very talented at the craft. He's gotten really good at also being talent. You know, he's funny. He's gotten, you know.
I'm funny looking.
You've turned the audience, man. You originally came into this job. Nobody wanted you to win the competition.
Which is kind of crazy to think.
I did. I always wanted him to win.
Speaking of
Sure.
competition, honestly, I guess I'm going to have a cameraman competition after this. So if you guys are interested in being the McJuggerNuggets cameraman, send me an email. But you got to be serious. And it can be open to females too, but you have to be, I'd prefer 18 and older.
And people that have experience with an actual camera.
Yeah, not an iPhone or whatever. Like, this is a serious job. But to see you come in and go through everything, I mean, you've become really good. So I try to convince them. But
sometimes in life, guys, you just have to follow your heart. You can be wanting to do one thing, but at the end of the day, if your heart's pulling you in a different direction, you have to go and follow your heart in order to be happy in life. For me, home and family is where I need to go, and where my family is, I also enjoyed firefighting all the time. And for me, that's what I really want to do with my life. I'm really thankful for the social media following of all you guys coming over on any of the social medias, even follow me, for example, on my channel, and supporting me and liking me as a person. Like Jesse said, a lot of you guys didn't like me at first, which is reasonable. I understand it's always hard to adjust to change.
You're just not a likable person.
What? Shut up! I love Swift.
I guess not, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I love each and every single one of you. I know it's probably going to hurt for some time, but I want you guys to do me a favor, and whoever is the next cameraman here on the MJN channel and even going on Storyfire, I want you guys to do me a favor and just open them with open arms. Or accept them with open arms? Yeah, that's what it is. Accept them with open arms, because at the end of the day, Jesse isn't a bad guy. I know I've seen stuff on Reddit and even comments before about why previous employees may no longer be here. I just want you guys to know that Jesse is...
Yeah, Jesse was telling me about that too, about how all the cameramen that have left is, it's not because of fighting with Jesse, it's because everyone just keeps changing their mind, and it's hard, and it makes Jesse look bad because it just keeps happening. But that's just something that happens, and I was talking about this with them too, like, when you're in your 20s, you go through so many different things, and you're trying to figure out where to go, what to do with your life, and that, like, you go, like, people in their 20s, because I've been this way too, like, I've lived in Florida, I've lived back here, and back to Florida, I just didn't know what to do, where to go, and it's just really hard, you know, like, it's hard to find people that will stick with you, if they're 20-something. And it's like Jesse, it's almost like Jesse needs to find someone who's not in their 20s, like someone in their 30s or even older, someone who has been doing it and knows this is what they want to do, and that way they can stick around. But so it's not that surprising to me when all the cameramen have left, and it's like because of their age. It's because they're young, and there's things that they want to do in their life, and you know, and he was even telling me with his friends, you know, all of his friends that he would film all the time with, like his friends from school, like he's not really friends with them anymore because they're all doing so many other things, getting married, having kids. But that's just a part of life. I mean, it's the same way with me. I don't have any friends. Like here, they're all married and, you know, have kids. I mean, I have one friend who's married, doesn't have kids, but her life is just so different than mine, and we don't hardly ever see each other. I mean, I talk to Jesse more than I talk to I talk to Jesse. Well, I don't talk to Jesse, but I mean, I know more about what's going on with him than I do with like anyone else, other than my mom and my dad and my sister, because I do deal with them every day or all the time. But they're the ones that are in my life. I guess it's because they're on you, like they're sticky, like Jesse's sticking on YouTube. He's not going anywhere, so that's why, like, he's not like trying all these different things. Like, he's staying on YouTube and he's staying on doing videos and stuff. It's just the other people are going everywhere, are leaving. So that's why I kind of feel like I know Jesse pretty well. But I mean, like, I know him because, well, I've known him for a long time, but just seeing him grow through videos. Like, I've watched him grow. And, yeah, so, anyway.
Really a very good guy. And
I didn't even know he was going to say that.
Yeah,
I didn't pay him to say that, guy.
I just want to speak the truth. I mean, this guy's been here for me the past few years when I've been at my lowest of lows, especially when, like, I plateau or something on the weight loss in general. And for me, I'm very grateful for that. And I want you guys to know how genuine of a guy he really is.
I think I was kind of sucky about it all. Is like, it's like one thing that he's leaving, you know, like being cameraman, but that might mean that he's like, they might not really be friends anymore. I mean, they'll always like be friends, but like they might. I mean, they're gonna go to do two different things. Like Swift is gonna go do something else in a different part. He's not gonna be close to Jesse. I mean, that close to Jesse anymore. I mean, he's gonna move back to where his parents are, and I might not ever see Swift again. Maybe not. Maybe I will see him again, but I don't know. I was kind of hoping I was gonna see him last weekend, and I never did. I thought he was gonna come. I thought I was gonna see him if I saw Jesse or when I saw Jesse. I was assuming that Swift was gonna be there. I always assume Swift will be there because he is like they're like, you know, they work together like partners in crime. But he wasn't there, and it seemed like something was missing without Swift there. It was weird to see Jesse alone without anyone with him. I'm like used to seeing him with someone. So
just so many people always come up with different conspiracies and throw hate or shade towards him. Just know, at the end of the day, this guy runs a business and he always wants to have the best people around. And for me, I'm thankful that I was here for as long as I have been.
Thanks, bro. We killed My Virtual Escape.
Oh, without a doubt.
You know, that'll go down as my favorite series more than...
We got tattoos for that.
We got tattoos. But, yeah, like, I've been kind of shocked by this. Like, if you're wondering, well, Swift, if it's firefighting, like, why don't you go volunteer? Swift has been volunteer firefighting, but he wants to pursue it more seriously.
And with doing it more seriously, it helps me focus more on my health, because being 250 pounds and doing that, you wear 100 pounds of gear just without like an air pack or anything, just from wearing the turnout gear itself, and then you add more and more gear and you get heavier and heavier. I want to be able to have that help me take my health even more seriously. I really don't want to die at a young age from natural causes of like cancer or something like that. Like,
how about a fire?
My father.
No, right.
You know what?
Got him there.
At the end of the day, if something was to happen to me on an emergency call, saving somebody's life, as long as that person got out safe, that's all that matters.
It better be than just rotting away because you ate Wendy's or something.
McDonald's, White Castle, Burger King.
Thank you for the high CPM, Swift.
Little trick.
But I mean, do you still have a passion for this stuff?
I mean, like,
you came into the job like.
He always promotes. He always helps promote Jesse. That's sweet.
I remember you standing in front of all of us. I wasn't expecting you to audition or anything, and you were just like, dude, like, are you talking about your dad? Talking about like what he would want you to do and following your heart and your passion, and this was it. Like, is that still there?
It's not the big passion I have for it anymore in life. And like he said, my dad would always just want me to follow my heart, kind of like he did. And for the past 18 months, I enjoyed doing what we were doing, but after a while, I'm the kind of person that needs a change in life and different kind of change of scenery to follow my heart, doing something else that I also really enjoy. I'm trying to think what else to actually say. I'm about to like actually cry.
Yeah, no, I mean, Swift and I have had this conversation before. Like, believe it or not, like it was hard. Like, Swift will admit that like My Virtual Escape, that run, we got into some really dark stuff. It was a very rigorous.
I had to go to a lot of dark places to help the character Isaac cry.
Yeah, and you know, we were telling the story, so we all had to go there, and
We were emotionally synced.
I'm like
too.
married to it, cancer, and like, you know, there's death, drugs, violence, all this stuff that I probably shouldn't say because I get demonetized. But down the story part. But that's what was also ironic. So it's going to become a firefighter. We're really growing a fire. So
Oh, wow.
I mean,
How
obviously we're gonna
ironic.
have a firefighter on the team here. But it's crazy, dude. Like, we had this conversation a couple different times. I did fire Swift for a time. There was another time where...
And I will say, it was because, for me, I personally started getting ego. I'll admit with that. And I want you guys to know, for all aspiring creators, the ego is dangerous. And please, whatever you do not get an ego, because it can hurt you. There's a good ego, and there's a bad ego. And just remember, at the end of the day, just stay humble.
Yeah,
I want them to know that.
It's a lot of entitlement. It's a battle for attention online, and
Justin was kind of talking about that too. About that happens sometimes.
Came in like wanting to grow, like wanting to get more followers and wanting to get attention and things. And I think, you know, we talked about this where you come into this line of work and it's difficult because it kind of messes with your head a lot. And you know, I think Swift will say it too. Like, he's definitely changed since he came into this job.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of you guys, say aspiring creators or YouTubers or whatever, you don't fully understand what it's like. And I think Swift had a lot of preconceived ideas. It was exciting. It was like the dream, the fantasy. And then once he started living it, he was like, oh.
It was like, it's not as green as you might think it is.
It's not.
I mean, like,
not as glamorous.
For example, one of the episodes of MVE, I think it was the night when Solomon ended up passing away. The correct term.
Oh, right.
YouTube right now.
Right.
That was a 12-hour shoot.
Right.
Long night from like 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And after a while, it kind of just takes a toll on its way. But at the end of the day, you have to always just be grateful and thankful for the opportunities that you've had in the life, and to be able to do it with somebody that inspired you from the beginning with all of this. And I just want you guys to know, like, once again.
Who was that, Uncle Larry? Because you were over his house for...
Well,
oh, you're
I'm talking about you. Well,
dang.
Uncle Larry just happened to respond to my tweet that you, him, and Tom were all tagged in.
Yeah, but it's been hard for me to wrap my head around, because, like, this means it's like the MJ and Cameraman curse. I'm like, well, I gotta find somebody else. And, you know, we already lost so many people, and, like, you get trained, and then everyone leaves at a certain time. And I'd imagine it's hard, you know, just to be growing somebody else's channel when you have your own channel, and like it's hard, like your aspirations kind of have to get like snuffed out while you're growing another business. And I remember that was a concern when we first hired you,
and when it was through the competition, just in general with people.
Yeah, and you know, it's tricky because everybody wants to be the
number one.
The number one. Everyone wants to be the dude, and
but every number one needs a good number two.
It's true. So when all this happened, like, you know me, guys, I support anyone who has a passion and really wants something, and you know, just living like as truthfully as possible. And I could tell even just towards the end of my virtual escape that Swift didn't have that same fire that he first had. He kind of started to check out a little bit and started to act out in different ways. And I think it was not only miss his family, but it was like you just didn't feel it anymore.
I didn't feel the passion. And like, for me, at the end of the day, my happiness comes from my family. I mean, I have a niece and nephew who are 5 and 2 or 3. I don't know Jacob's age. Shout out to my little nephew, Jacob.
Nice.
I do not know his age.
Surprisingly, or not surprisingly, but he watches your videos.
Oh.
I don't know if he should at that age.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
But for me, guys, family is the huge key for my happiness in life. And as you guys get older, I know we have a lot of younger viewers, and we also have some older ones. But in order to be happy in life, you need to follow your heart to find that happiness. And for me, it is going back home and doing the firefighting and just kind of living more of the simple life, I guess you could say.
Yeah, because a lot of this isn't simple, and it really messes with your mental health. Constant people like talking to you, about you, all kinds of darkness, and you're constantly tethered to this digital. There's a lot of stuff that, you know, I mean, Swift's only 22, and he's experienced a lot, but, like, you know, this past year and a half, I don't know that, you know, I'm sure we've had our fun times, we've had our crazy, awesome experiences.
And we've also had our lows.
But we've had some lows, and, you know, it's sometimes a really thankless job, and it's just, like, the grind is never ending, and it can feel very socially isolating.
That's true. I mean, there's times, for example, when I'd leave your house before everything with your dad, and I'd go home. I'd try to think for myself on, all right, how can I create? And you just become so isolated, and it just, even though I had a roommate, and it wasn't the greatest of all situations on that end, and it just kind of adds more to depression and makes you realize what you really want in your life.
Yeah.
And that is to always just follow your heart.
And I know, like, it probably wasn't an easy thing to bring up.
I mean, guys, like, when I told him...
Dropping a bomb.
It was hard. I kind of tried deflecting. I was trying to pretend I was a flat earther, making some flat earther jokes. And it's a hard decision. And every decision you make in life, some of them are going to be easy and some of them are going to be hard, because you know you're moving on to a new chapter in your life itself, and to bring that up to somebody that has done so much for you and you're forever grateful for that, it's hard. And you know, he made a promise to my mom after I won the competition he would take good care of me, and besides the few months when the company wasn't making the money, he upheld his promise. And I appreciate the fact that he called my mom too, just to let her know on top of my decision. I respect that, because he is a man of his word, and I'm really thankful, man.
Yes, man. Well, we're all gonna miss you, dude. I mean, I haven't told anyone else. The Juggies, I wanted them to be the first to know, guys, but you know, I think you guys have all come to grow and love Swift, and to see him.
I've come to love all of you guys.
To see him moving on, so just understand that this was not an easy thing for him to do.
No, and I know it might hurt for now, but like I said, for whoever is here next, please, for those people that loved me, do me a favor and open them with welcome arms. Or welcome them with open arms.
Well, ideally, you know, you can. Swift will be, he put in his 2 weeks, Stanley, so he'll be around for the next week or so. So he's not going goodbye just today, you know, you'll still see him a bit more. And
maybe, you know, in the future, because I told Jesse, no matter what, I'm always going to have his back. And I respect any decision he decides to make, because I know it's always for the best.
Yeah. And this dude, you know, he told me when Parker was filming, he's like, yo, I'm going to be your cameraman. And I was like, that's crazy.
I told you that.
That's crazy. And now, you know, I have a completely different perspective of Swift now. Before it was just a fan. Now it's definitely a best friend.
And as Uncle Larry says, an opportunist in a way.
And yeah, and he's just following to the next thing, and I'm sure we'll see him again. I would love it if we did do a competition. I think I am going to, but if you were able to pass the torch, so to speak, to whoever the next person, because I want you to honestly approve of whoever the next person is.
100%, man. That's where the Juggies are. I want the next cameraman to be better than me in a way. The one thing I learned from a young age is when you come into a job or anything, is to leave it better than when you first came. And I feel I left a very big positive mark, and I want to be able to help make sure the next guy that comes aboard will be able to do the same and leave it in a good way, and hopefully he'll be here for longer than me in that way.
So yeah, guys, that's where we're at. We'll still be seeing Swift. Appreciate it. If you guys are real understanding, you know, drop some likes on the video to show Swift your support. Like I said, you know, he's making a big leap here. He's leaving, you know, another family right now. And also, you know, leave some love in the comments below. Your favorite moment, you know, your favorite moment that Swift has had over the years, or your favorite thing he's shot, or.
Can I say probably one of my favorite moments? Oh God, there's so many. That rat trap was definitely one.
That was one of your favorite moments?
Wow.
It was painful, but
Memorable?
I kind of enjoyed it in a way.
That's why he's going to fire, buddy, guys.
At the time, I stalked you as a clown. I threw corn. Literally, not corn.
I love that.
Corn on the cob at your drone.
I'll miss when you almost got impaled by the horseshoe pit during MVP, because that was my favorite. Even though you just tripped the other day, and the other day, and the other day. But I'll
not trip.
On a real note, though, dude, because I think you guys got your moment. But for me to you, bro, I'm gonna miss having you around, dude.
I'm gonna miss you too.
I'm gonna miss having your energy, having that positive outlook, in spite of everything you've been through. I'm sure it's not easy, man.
It's not.
And I respect you, dude, for being able to know yourself well enough to, like, you got to take care of your family and you got to go home and follow your heart. And it's the same thing that led you here. It's the same thing that's leading you away, man. But you missed. My opinion, you're the best cameraman, dude.
I appreciate that, man. Appreciate it all that you've done for me, man. Thank you for the opportunity.
I miss you, bro. Miss you guys. I'm gonna miss Swift. It's hard.
I'm gonna miss you guys. But remember, at the end of the day, this was my decision, and I need to follow my heart to be happy in life. And like I said before, this guy is a genuine guy. So for people that just hate on him, he doesn't deserve hate, just love.
Yeah, and there's one takeaway. I think you see, you don't get to know Swift as much as, you could have.
Oh my god, guys, stop! I ruined it all. I would just take them out, but I want to make sure they don't pee on the floor.
I think you see what a genuine dude, and this is whose hands you guys have been in for the last year and a half. So, and I think he took really good care of you guys. So it's a really intimate relationship. But please take that away from this, and if you guys really want in the comments below, just tell him he was your favorite. I'm literally
You were
honestly, it's gonna be hard, and as far as the history goes of the McJuggerNuggets channel, this will be a very hard day. But please, guys, know if there's anything in your life that you're afraid to make a leap, or you're afraid to have a conversation, but you know in your heart it's what you need to do, please take after Swift steps. That's something I've always talked about on the channel. I've always encouraged. It's literally Psycho Kid. Like, he just truly wanted something with a passion. It might not be understood. It might not be supported. Just follow it, and it might feel so uncomfortable and so weird, and just like maybe it's not right in the moment.
It's going to be awkward at first because you don't know how to approach the subject. Because I will add, for me, like, before taking the job and when I won the competition, for me to do that with the government prior.
He left full benefits, higher pay, and came in.
That was awkward too, put that in.
Yeah, so you coming here and you leaving both, he challenged himself.
I gotta get one of these guys out. This is driving me nuts. Come on, Meg, go. God damn. Gonna ruin every goddamn thing. Okay.
And put himself in a state of discomfort.
Why is this not... Did that unplug it or something? No.
I don't think you'd ever take it back.
No, I'm very appreciative, if that's the correct word to use, and I'm thankful for the time that I was able to have here with him, you guys, and the family. Definitely gonna miss Uncle Larry.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I mean, he doesn't even know about this. So we're gonna. Nobody knows. We're gonna have to tell. We're gonna have to tell everyone. Like I said, you'll see him over the next couple weeks, guys. But we don't want to run this too long, because at that point it's just like we can't say goodbye. We'll see him, but this is that video that's like, oh dang.
Just letting you guys know, so the day you don't see me.
Yeah, we did this now, but guys. Please don't forget to subscribe for more content. I'll put all Swift's links. I don't know how active he'll be, but
do that, man. But I appreciate it.
He'll be around. And yeah, guys.
Download Storyfire.
Download Storyfire, guys.
Guys, it honestly, I see what they're doing. It's gonna be huge.
Huge. Leave it to the redhead to say that like Trump. But guys, no, seriously, it's blowing up like crazy, and Swift knows the vision, and
I believe in your guys' vision, and I wish them nothing but the best, because anything this guy puts his mind to, he can do.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And I see that, and that's why it's great that you're doing what you're doing. Guys, believe in yourself, follow your heart, legit, all the cliches are real stuff. We'll see you in the next video. But, yeah. Dang. Alright, ladies. Love you all to death.
And don't forget to keep it rigid.
And stay lit.
Wow, we were synced on that, kind of.
Yeah.
We're always
Is that the first time that's happened where we both did the closing?
Yeah, because I always just would stay silent most of the time and let you do your thing. 'Cause, you know, they didn't want to hear me talking all the time. So I just kind of tried staying quiet. So I had to.
I know, I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss that in a weird way. Like making fun of it and
Some people won't miss that, though.
You don't have a smoke grenade on you right now, do you?
Nah, I'm not going to throw one in here.
Ah, dang, dude.
I'm gonna miss him. That sucks. That's like a bummer to me. Like, it sucks because, like, I don't know, he was like, I mean, I didn't know him that well, but I kind of considered him my friend too because I've met him a few times. It kind of bums me out. I love Swift. He's so funny. Wow. I still have, like, watery eyes from that, but it's just life. That's just what happens. But anyway, what do you guys think? Are you sad that he's leaving? I don't know, I am. I'm probably going to put this video up before any of the other videos that I reacted to, because I reacted to a bunch of videos today because I had to catch up on videos because I've been out of town. But I think I'm going to put this up first because this is the most relevant, and then I'll put the others up. Because the other ones were the pranks of Larry's and then with the whole money bag stuff. But I think I'm going to put this one up first because this is what's happening right now. So, let me know what you guys think. I'm, like, really sad. I love Swift. He's always been my favorite. He'll always be my favorite, I think. And it's just a good guy, so it sucks. But anyway, go ahead and follow me on Twitter if you want to. Oh, I just reached 3,000 3,000 followers on Twitter, so that's awesome. Thank you for everyone that's following me on there. And I'm almost at... Wait, how many subscribers do I have on YouTube? I don't even remember. I'm close to... Oh, look, I'm close to 7K. So, follow me on Twitter and subscribe to me, and I'll do something, probably like a Q&A or something. Or maybe you guys have ideas, like once I reach 7K on YouTube, like what can I do? What's something that I can do? I don't know. I was just thinking like a Q&A or something, but I don't know. But anyways, yeah, thanks for watching this, and I guess that's it. I will see you in the next video.